Hi everyone. So now that we found all the materials that we needed for our binder, our goal is to build our binder with the idea that we want to be able to find our information or find our papers as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So at this point, you should have a couple of folders with you with the holes that can go on the rings, a couple of notebooks that we can use per subject, and some loose leaf paper and our dividers. Okay, so we're going to put our binders together. So I have all my materials in front of me. So I'm going to open the rings, and I'm going to start with the dividers for my first subject. So my dividers I have for math and science, because for me, math and science are my morning classes. And I'm going to put my notebook on the rings first, because this is likely where I'm going to write most of my class information, and this kind of signifies the beginning. Plus, the cardboard cover on the notebook is a little tougher, and sometimes the first and last pages get ripped out along the way. So if we have something a little sturdier in the front of our binder, it kind of keeps our other papers a little bit more protected. So I'm going to place my first divider, which is my math classwork homework tab, on the rings. And since it's early in the year and I don't have a lot of materials yet, I'm not going to have any classwork that I can stick in there, but I am going to stick some loose leaf paper, because if my teacher gives me an assignment to do on paper, I want to be able to take it out if they want to collect it. Okay, then I'm going to take my folder. So the folder for me is the end of a section. So when I'm done with math, my folder goes in the back. Now, the reason I ask for a folder for each subject is so that papers are kept separated. If something rips off the rings and I put it in my math folder, then I know that anything that's related to math is inside that folder or on the rings in front of that folder. So then I get to my next section. So for me, that's science. So I'm going to put a new notebook in the front. We like to use our notebooks for our own personal notes, things that we would study with, things that we would want to refer back to, things that we want to make sure if we wrote down we don't lose. And then I put my first tab, my first divider in, some loose leaf paper. Okay, and then I might not have mentioned this in my math section, but I'm going to stick my second divider in, which is my divider for my graded work. Oops, I put those in backwards. My divider for my graded work, because I like to keep those more significant graded assignments separate so I can compare them to the grade portal and make sure that everything has been entered in the grade portal accurately. So I'm going to stick that divider in, and then a little bit more loose leaf paper just in case I want to make myself some notes. And then finally, my folder that ends that section. So once all my materials are in my binder, I have my work completely separated, and with my dividers, I have notebook, I have paper, I have just about everything I need for class all set up. Thanks for watching. Happy bindering.